Once there was a woman named Kisa Gotami whose firstborn son died. She was so stricken with grief that she roamed the streets carrying the dead body and asking for help to bring her son back to life. A kind and wise man took her to Buddha. The Buddha told her, "Fetch me a handful of mustard seeds and I will bring your child back to life." Joyfully, Kisa Gotami started off to get them. Then the Buddha added, "But the seeds must come from a family that has not known death till now." Kisa Gotami went from door to door in the whole village asking for the mustard seeds, but everyone said, "Oh, there have been many deaths here. I lost my father, I lost my sister." She could not find a single household that has not been visited by death. Finally, Kisa Gotami returned to the Buddha and said, "There is death in every family. Everyone dies. Now I understand their teaching." The Buddha said, "No one can escape death and unhappiness. If people expect only happiness in life, they will be disappointed. Things are not always the way we want them to be, but we can learn to understand them. When we get sick, we go to a doctor and ask, 'What's wrong with me? Why am I sick? What will cure me, or what do I have to get well?' The Buddha is like a doctor. First, a good doctor diagnoses the illness. Next, he finds out what he caused. Then he decides what the cure is. Finally, he prescribes the medicines or gives the treatment that will make the patient well again." The Four Noble Truths. There is suffering. We all know that suffering is common to all. Cause of suffering. We are the cause of our own sufferings. End of suffering. Stop doing what causes suffering. Path to end suffering. Everyone can be enlightened. There is suffering. From birth till death, everyone suffers from those things. When we are born, we cry. When we are sick, we are miserable. When old, we will have aches and pains and find it hard to get around. Death. None of us wants to die. We feel deep sorrow when someone dies. Many other things we suffer from in life are being with those whom we dislike, being apart from those whom we love, not getting what we want, all kinds of problems and disappointments that are unavoidable. The Buddha didn't deny that there is unhappiness or happiness in life, but he pointed out it does not last forever. Eventually, everyone meets with some kind of suffering. He said there is happiness in life, happiness in friendship, happiness of a family, happiness in a healthy body and mind. But when one loses them, there is suffering. The cause of suffering. The Buddha explained that people live in a sea of suffering because of ignorance and greed. They are ignorant of the law of karma and are greedy for the wrong kind of pleasures. They do things that are harmful to their bodies and peace of mind, so they cannot be satisfied or enjoy life. For example, once children have had a taste of candy, they want more. When they can't have it, they get upset. Even if children get all of the candy, they want more. The things people want must cause them the most suffering. Of course, there are basic things that are all people should have, like adequate food, shelter, and clothing. Everyone deserves a good home, loving parents, and good friends. They should enjoy life and cherish their possessions without becoming greedy. The end of suffering. To end suffering, one must cut off greed and ignorance. This means changing one's view and living in more natural and peaceful way. It is like blowing out a candle. The flame of suffering is put out for good. Buddhists call the state in which all suffering is ended nirvana. Nirvana is an everlasting state of great joy and peace. The Buddha said, "The extinction of desire is nirvana." This is the ultimate goal in Buddhism. Everyone can realize it with the help of Buddha's teachings. It can be experienced in this very life. The path to the end of suffering. The path to the end of suffering is known as the Noble Eightfold Path. It is also known as the Buddha Middle Way. The Noble Eightfold Path are right view, right thought, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By following these Noble Eightfold Path by Buddha, we can end our suffering of our life.